Hello everyone, as usual it's me Pavlo, and today I will tell you about Final Audio A5000. It's not a new model, but it's still really interesting. I really like Final Audio approach to sound tuning, and I expect a lot from this mid-segment dynamic driver model. They have flagship A800, sorry, 8000 of course. They adding extra zero, and this one probably can be considered as mid-segment model. Current price on Amazon for now is $280, so definitely goes to the middle segment. It's not new, but I'm really interested in final audio creation, so when I have an opportunity, of course, I'm making a review and sharing it with you. So it's pretty popular model with a lot of other reviews, but I will present you my opinion now. So as you can see, package is pure white with a lot of information what's inside and specifications. As you can see, 100 decibels of sensitivity, which is pretty low, and 18 ohms of impedance, meaning that they are not super easy in terms of drivability. Inside of the box, we are getting package with tips and case with earpieces and ear hooks. So let's go inside of the case and open it. Pretty interesting case, made of some rubber-like material with soft touch effect. Actually interesting and pretty pleasant. And inside here are earpieces themselves, and as you can see, they put protective bags on virtually everything. So on the jack, on the earpieces, so you can be definitely sure that there is no scratches or something like that when they arrive. So let me carefully unpack at least one. There is a special flap to pull it open, and here are earpieces themselves. They are made of plastic, and it's that interesting plastic similar to one used in ZE 3000 that I reviewed some time ago. It's black but with interesting texture and pretty pleasant to touch. At the same time, they are lightweight but not gathering fingerprints. In my opinion, pretty decent design. So they fitting into my ears really well. I can't guarantee about every ear because it depends on your ear shape, but all edges are rounded, so most likely they will fit really nicely. They are not really big, and the spout has proper angle. It has average length, so sound isolation is also on the average level. There is a lip for holding the tips and protective grill, so everything is in place. Really like this design. Cable is made replaceable. Here used 2-pin connectors with recessed sockets, and so let's put it back. It's holding well, but also not really hard to disconnect. So there is no ear hooks because the cable is super soft. It's nice with good silver color, really soft, like with almost zero microphonics, nicely braided, and it goes to the splitter with chin slider and then to this angled jack, so like not thick audiophilic rope or something like that, but instead really nice comfortable cable for the everyday usage. So as you can see, in terms of design and accessory set and packaging, everything is done on a really nice level. And of course, about the sound, I gave them traditionally 48 hours of burn-in, and there were no big changes in sound signature. But most important thing here, it's important for all earphones, but for single dynamic earphones, it's even more important, is to find the proper tips. I don't know why, but usually dynamics are really super sensitive to proper fit and good isolation. Luckily for me, final ear tips provide best comfort and seal for me. I use them even with other earphones, but of course it's also a subjective thing because ears are different. Based on what I found on the internet, a series of final audio based on their research of people's preference, and actually it gives us really good properly tuned V-shaped signature. They are not dull, but at the same time not super colored, and also they're not focused on the micro contrast, but they have good amount of details. So basically it's like fun to listen, enjoyable earphones, but with good technicalities. So bass go deep, deeper layers of bass are present, but at the same time they are not dominating. They provide nice slam, but at the same time it's definitely not the bass head earphones, at least to my ears. And it's not that type of earphones that plays everything like huge slamy bass. And it's a huge plus nowadays in my opinion. So good amount of details, no focus on the small nuances, but they all are represented well, and that gives a good sense of realism. Bass is slightly accented, but not too much. It has a pleasant warmth, but at the same time nice definition, and also bass is really well in rendering textures. Probably sometimes, if we'll go into nitpicking, I'd prefer a bit faster punch, but it won't fit to overall signature of these earphones because they're not trying to be super fast or something like that. And it's like more of nitpicking. And let's see examples. First one is Caravan Palace, Newbop. Good example of electro swing, nice bass line and lot of different effects. And these earphones play such music really well thanks to the good low frequencies. And Tundra by Amber Rubarth, typical audiophilic record with really well recorded low frequencies, and these earphones deliver it on a decent level. Not perfect, but really well, with a lot of nuances and sense of presence. Mid frequencies are assessed, but thanks to the overall good technicalities of these earphones, mids doesn't sound like subdued somewhere or something like that. And despite of accents on the treble and bass, mids are clean with good amount of details, but not focused on the micro contrast, with slightly boosted dynamics, with pretty impressive stage. Actually, one of the strong sides of these earphones is their stage. Really wide, spacious, sometimes even a bit exaggerated, but really impressive in building, and with a really nice natural depth layering. They are really well in representing emotions, instrument sounds with proper tonalities, vocals are full-bodied, and female vocals, when necessary, have this crispness and clarity. There is a boost at the upper mids area to make everything more spicy, and this boost works really well. So they are not critical for the quality of record, but properly recorded material as usual will be plus for them, but they definitely not super nitpicking earphones. And first example is Rhayader by Camel. I really like Camel, and I like their Snow Goose album, like pure musical poem without any words telling the story. And here we got a lot of wind instruments, nice interesting tune, great orchestration. It's a new re-recorded version, and it sounds really good with these earphones, especially thanks to the good stage. All instruments are nicely separated and sound pretty lifelike. And second example, it's A Nightmare to Remember by Dream Theater. Long track with a lot of things, with a lot of different effects, with some narration parts, with heavy parts, with softer parts, and so on and so forth. And that all is represented pretty nicely. Sometimes I'm lacking a bit of focus on the micro contrast to make guitars more spicy, but it's just occasionally. And the treble. I've seen some complaints about high frequencies, but for me it's just a good amount. And the treble here is boosted, but it's boosted like not too much and enough to balance the bass. So of course it's subjective, and if you're sensitive for the high frequencies, probably there could be too much for you. But for me it's just a good amount, and it's not like that super energetic, super fast, balanced armature treble. It's more properly, it's a treble with better weight distribution, typical for the dynamic drivers with proper attacks and decays, good extension. Of course, it's mostly basic overtones. Layering is really basic, but it's present anyway. So good basic plus treble. So no audiophilic richness, but basic things are done on a really good level. So first example, it's Take a Pebble by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And it's like beautiful ballad, perfect voice, instrumental part, all goes to the treble area, a lot of different things. Of course, to fully showcase this track, we'll need something much more expensive, but for their price, this earphones does pretty well. And Watchmaker by Steven Wilson is another example. A lot of percussions, guitars, vocal, also pretty complex treble, requiring also probably more layering and more expensive earphones. But thanks to this boost that balance with low frequencies, this earphone sounds nicely with proper amount of air. In terms of pairing, they require something of a decent level, at least some not basic digital tonal converter, like top series of FIO KA or iBus or Shanlink, whatever you prefer, but not the basic ones. Or some mid plus segment player, and also they have really good amount of scalability, so up to top segment they can scale with your source pretty efficiently. Speaking about the comparisons, just few models come to my mind, and main of course is FIO FD5, and I really like FD5. Soon we'll probably see FD15 if I remember right, really interesting. And FD5 is more forward, more focused on the small nuances, so bit more aggressive type of representation. And another model that I really like, Periodic Audio Beryllium, they have slightly more airy treble and a bit more V-shaped signature with more of deep bass, and here you'll get a bit of less of deeper bass and accent here. So to summarize everything, I have high expectations for these earphones, and I'd say that they fulfilled my expectations. Nice musical representation, but without sacrificing technicality, overall sounding really engaging, so I really like them. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.